It's Shawn C back in here with another album review. We're here today to give a review to the brand new Sampha project titled Process that came out earlier in the week.
Gray hoodies, they cover their head.
Now, if you've never heard of Sampha, I'm sure you probably have, you just don't remember, but most of us have heard of Sampha from projects like Drake off Nothing Was the Same, projects with Solange and Kanye West. He had two EPs that came out before this, so if you're not really familiar with his sound, I'd recommend going to check him out. He's a bit of a soul singer, and he definitely carries that soulful vibe with all of his music, so don't be surprised with the type of vocals that you hear from him, because I definitely was reintroduced when I heard this project. Don't hate on my Coca-Cola tank top, this is literally, but it's comfortable. I can't help myself. This project is very reintroducing in a way. It's almost like with this project, Sampha is finding himself again, and I feel like I'm being reintroduced to him by listening to this project, as if this is somebody I haven't heard before. Vocally, I feel like he's matured a lot, and I feel like he's a little bit more confident within his own music and his own style, because this thing opens up like beautifully and very direct. Like, he just knows what he's doing. He has his sound on lock. Song Plastic 100 Degrees Celsius starts off so beautiful, like with beautiful production, nice vocal deliveries, background vocals to complement the song, a nice feature with piano keys in there. The sound of this is actually very nice, because there's a point at which the sound bounces back and forth between each ear if you listen to this with headphones on. It's as if he's trying to describe himself as somebody who's out of this world, because he even references the sun in a lot of the parts of the song. He also mentions Houston, as in Houston, I think we have a problem, as if he's in space off somewhere. And it also delivers a very spacey mood to it as well. It's a little bit too lengthy for an intro track in my opinion, but it's definitely beautiful, and even though it's a little lengthy, it's something that you could still listen to for the entire song and not really have an issue with. I think the storytelling is probably the meat of this album, because there's so much story that's being told, so much about Sampha. I feel like this project is very personal, and he's not afraid to kind of display that and what he's thinking and how he feels about certain situations. He has songs on here where he discusses his relationships, songs on here about his mother, songs on here about his family, songs on here just about how he feels in general. So it's a very personal album. Like with Blood on Me, that's an extremely addicting hook with, again, beautiful production. And at first listen, you'll think that he's describing the scene of a car accident, when in my opinion, I think he's actually describing how he's going through life. Like, his life at this point is a roller coaster, and he's trying to get back on the right track, but everything he does is kind of like a mess. So he describes his life like he would a car crash. Again, on this track, beautiful heavy production, amazing hook in my opinion. I just think he really discovered a bit of himself with songs like this. It's something that you can tell is indigenous to somebody like Sampha. Even on a track like Kora Sings, which is probably my least favorite song out of the track listing, still has really great storytelling, really great production that leads into the next track, like the piano, where he describes a time in his life where I'm assuming the piano was like his meat. The piano was his bread and butter. That was his best friend growing up. Would help mold the Sampha we know today. And when you listen to him speak about this, it's almost as if you could close your eyes and picture yourself in his house, little Sampha playing on the piano. We also have at the end of the song birds chirping as if it's a bright and sunny day, as if this is a part of his childhood. Track number 7, Under, has to be my favorite out of this project. Very spacey, it's very emotionally grabbing in my opinion. Like, when I listen to this, it brings me back to a time in my life where I was extremely captivated by this one individual, and everything they did, everything they said, I just took heed to it, and I wanted to know more. And just when they opened their mouth, when I saw them, I was just so dumbfounded by everything that they did and said. I was just in love with the idea of this person. Now, I wasn't being played, but in this track, we have Sampha being extremely honest by saying that the person that he's so captivated by is actually putting people under like this spell. He references it by saying that you're the crack in the screen and you make it rain like you own the sky, basically implying that this person can't go unnoticed. Just able to tell this story that makes you put yourself in the position and allow you to appreciate and get a further understanding of how he feels when he's going through these situations. It's extremely spacey. Again, I just keep bringing it up, the great production, very nice vocals. Incomplete Kisses is another track that's pretty similar to that in the sound department. Going back to the love aspect of this thing, we have another track like track number 5, Take Me Inside. I don't know why that reminds me of Cash Me Outside when I just said that. I don't know why I just thought of that. Take Me Inside includes very, very nice vocals again from Sampha, where I'm assuming he's talking about a past lover, where he discusses not wanting to see this person with a guy that doesn't deserve her, but he loves this person enough to the point where he wants them to be happy even if that happiness isn't with him. And again, that That leads into this part of the song that's produced amazingly and has really, really consistent vocals that make the latter part of this song just so addicting. Like, I probably went back and listened to this thing 20 times just for the last 30 seconds of that track. Again, this is another emotionally mature album, or I wouldn't even call it emotionally mature. I just think it's something that Sampha is very self-aware, and he's listening to the things that he's saying. And even like the track Reverse Faults, he discusses taking responsibility for his part in the downfall of a relationship. All of this beautiful production and storytelling and nice vocals leads into the final track, What Shouldn't I Be, where he basically talks about his life, and basically he's trying to paint this picture of his family, and even including parts where he needs to go see his brother, but he's kind of afraid to confront his past. It's almost like he's trying to remember everything that he grew up with. And overall, man, I just think this is a really nice project. I don't really see any faults with it, which is strange to me because this is something I thought that I wouldn't enjoy that much. I mean, based off his previous projects and based off his previous vocal delivery, I thought it would be a little bit harder for him to maintain himself on a full-length album, but it's only 10 tracks, which again, in my opinion, is the perfect amount of tracks for an artist like Sampha. And for it to be so personable, he just explains it in such an interesting and relatable way. And even if it's not relatable, he definitely sets the mood with the production that allows you to kind of relate, or at least think about how it would feel if you were in the situation. Sampha Process gets a 9 out of 10 for me. This is something I think I'm going to be going back to for a very long time, listening to back to back. It's not an album that you wouldn't want to revisit. If you haven't heard of Sampha before, I'd recommend going to check out some of his previous work, then coming back to look at this one. But out of everything, this being his debut project, this is definitely, in my opinion, a very strong start. It's so spacey, so vibey. It's very chill and laid back, but it has its high points where he's just passionate. And I think he really outdid himself with this one. For all of you who are asking me where Joey Badass Summer Nights and where Childish Gambino Camp is, I did want to record those reactions this week, but I did not have time. I thought I would have more time, and I didn't. Even now, I'm about to head right back out, but I thought I would just get these thoughts off my chest because this album is just so incredible to me. But I promise, be getting to those projects next week. I know I mentioned on Twitter to a few people, like, look, I'm going to be doing this project this week, but something came up, and I'm busy, like, right now, but I have to get going. So next week for sure. Nothing's coming out, so I don't think I'll have a problem getting to it. Yeah, definitely check this project out if you haven't already. It's not going to be hard, in my opinion. I don't think it'd be hard for you to get into it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Sampha, you did a great job with this project. Hopefully the next one is even better. See you guys next time. Peace.